behind each class, you know, and these guys certainly have one. Some of them have played together for a long time. You know, I think they had a lot of success their freshman year, you know, playing freshman games and then winning the freshman tournament, you know, and then to kind of deal with what they dealt with as sophomores, which was, you know, nothing short, I think, of a catastrophe, you know, big time, however we want to look at it. And then to bounce back last year and come right back and have one of the most successful seasons. And then, you know, expectations are high and to do it again this year, so it wasn't just a one-year thing. You know, I think everybody's really proud of them. You know, and the senior class is made up of a lot of kids, and, you know, there's some guys that have been two-way starters since they were sophomores. There's other kids that are seniors right now that are first-year football players. You know, so it's definitely a different group in a lot of ways. You know, hopefully it's a way that they can, you know, kind of go out on a high note with a home game. You know, at the same time, the senior night thing feels a little bit differently. Some season it might be the last game they ever play. You know, here it just kind of seems like, you know, it's another game that we got to get through, but like our eyes are kind of in another spot too. You know, so we're proud of them. You know, it's got an interesting kind of feel to it. Hopefully they kind of can slow down, look around, enjoy being with friends and family before the game, you know, and also kind of acknowledge like this thing's going to end fast. You know, no matter how many games we play, it's winding down, you know, and before you know it, you know, we kind of know as adults, but they don't necessarily see it as kids. Like, you're going to wake up one morning and there's not going to be any more BG football. You know, you're not going to wear the helmet. You're not going to be at practice with your friends. You're not going to get to run out on, you know, on the field of Stellos through the banner. So we just kind of hope they soak it all in, and hopefully it's a great night.
I feel like that's the thing, that's where it's going to hit me when I'm on the field, and then especially like in the locker room at the end of the game, especially being at Stellos, our home stadium. So it'll definitely hit in the moment. I'm not really like thinking about it crazy right now, but it's definitely in the moment.
I thought about it a little bit, but I know for sure that it isn't going to hit till I'm in that moment, you know, walking through and all the teammates lined up on each side. It's because it's always been something I've looked at ever since I was a freshman, like, oh, that's so far away, like, why even think about it? And then it's already here. Like, these 4 years just seem like they've gone by so fast, and that doesn't really, I can't really feel that emotion yet, but I know I will as soon as everything goes down.
Definitely for me, I think it's already started kind of setting in, you know, because, I mean, really the North game, where, like I've said in a couple of these now, like North has been my team, or not North, but Nashua, where I grew up and I've played with all those kids. And I talked to a lot of them after the game, and all my coaches, or our youth coaches, got together and we all took pictures, like me and Rocco went and kind of socialized with them, because I mean that was our team for so many years. So I think really looking back at that and seeing where we've all come from and talking to my old teammates, that's really made me think about, like, wow, like this has been a lifetime kind of thing that I've been doing, and now it's just, you know, it's getting right to the end of that. So I think it's definitely started setting in, but that definitely hasn't changed. That emotion is separate from game time in the field. You know, just because it's coming to an end doesn't mean that it's, like, you know, not something significant. Like, it's something I care about, and football is definitely something that I'm still putting my energy towards.
Keene, and I've noticed this all 4 years. Our team has held their heads up a little bit too high walking into Keene, and then they shock us a little bit, and then we have to like reevaluate our situation. And I feel like this has happened most years that I've been here when we played Keene, and then we have to reevaluate. We do end up winning, but like it's kind of a shock. Like, wow, like this isn't a team like you just like walk right over. We still have to prepare for Keene like it would be any other game. Like it would be against North or Londonderry. We have to prepare each team as exactly as we would another one.
too, and it's our senior night, so I think a lot of people are coming out here with the emotional aspect to come in and really want to. My goal is to come out, play the best I can, so these other seniors who haven't got a chance to be like go on the field a lot can come in and play. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to talk to the people about, and I really hope that happens. I really hope every senior gets a chance to play.
I think this will probably be one of our most fired up games. You know, not even because of how big it is for us, but more because, you know, most of our starting team on both sides of the ball is seniors, and we all kind of know that this could be the last season for many of us. So it's definitely going to be, you know, coming out there, trying to put the game away, and hopefully being able to get like the seniors that don't play as much in, or some of the younger guys that don't play as much either.
And tonight's officiating crew: referee Jim Prescher, umpire Chris Heftel, head linesman is Paul Iaconis, line judge is James Joseph, the back judge is Rick Wilhelmini, and up in the booth, our clock operator is Ken Gabriel. Thank you very much.
With me? Hit that reset button tonight. 4 quarters of BG football. We've been out here since August. It's time. Let's go. Hit it. Let's go. Hit that reset button.
And welcome to your Bishop Guertin Cardinal football team, led by its coach, John Trisciani.
Once the picture started, that's when like it hit, especially like seeing like the fans and like the rest of our teammates looking at us. It was like, wow, we're already here, like we're already seniors. So it was definitely a moment to remember and definitely a cherishable one.
First couple of years, I would always look at senior night and actually get pretty emotional from it. And then the other night when I went through senior night with my mom, my dad, and my sister, both my brothers couldn't be there because they were at college. It didn't hit me at all. I really think everything will hit me when I play my last game. Either if it's winning the state championship, losing the state championship, or losing any of the playoff games, which I really hope we win the state championship. I think it's really going to hit me then, not really on a senior night, because I know we have one more game. And even being at Stella's for the one more game, it still hasn't hit me.
If I'm being completely honest, it still hasn't hit me, you know, and I don't think it will till, you know, we get to that last game, whenever that may be, you know, if it's farther down the line or if it's on Saturday. But I don't think that overwhelming feeling of not being able, like, knowing that I'm not going to be playing the sport again, I'm never going to be playing here again, is going to hit me when it's all over, you know. I mean, it just kind of, I don't know, it was cool walking out, but it just, the atmosphere wasn't right, and it just didn't really overwhelm me as much as I thought.
It's really awesome. Like, you don't realize how many people are tuned in to like Bishop Guertin football. Like, my grandma's there from Pittsburgh. You look around, you look down the line of all the seniors, and there's just extended family from everyone. Like, my uncle watches every game, every play. He'll call me and like, he'll know more than me about the game. It's really awesome to see like everyone's extended family dialed in.
Yeah, it felt bittersweet. It felt like as if we were just like kids, like in freshman year, like we all looked like babies, and like now we're all seniors. We're all like big, we're all older, and it's like we're just looking back on it now.
It's nice to see them all like going out there like with their family, and I mean it's really sad though, because I've been playing with these guys for like, this is my 3rd year playing with them now, so it's just sad thinking about like that's the last time, like this is the last season I'm gonna be playing with them. And, like that's their last regular season game at Celos. We're gonna be with them. So yeah.
Cody.
Matt Sanasuazo running. There's the bomb. Gavin Bamba, touchdown, Cardinals.
It was just like really fun out there. Like that touch, like as soon as that play got called in the first drive of the game and I caught that touchdown, it was pretty special. I threw in a little dance. I don't know. I threw in a little dance. Coach was a little upset with it, but he knew it was senior night, so Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I knew it was great seeing like all my friends going and everything. Good win.
Santa Suazo keeps, goes right.
Great, to be honest. I mean, primarily I think of myself as an offensive player. I mean, historically I've played a lot more on the offensive side than I have on the defensive side. But even going back just on the defensive side of the ball for that game, it was great to be out there. I felt like that kind of a reinvigorated passion for the game, and just I was very happy to be on the field again.
The window's closed. Oh, he's gone. That's good.
Santa Suazo passing. And Matt Santa Suazo pushing off right guard. Lefty on the carry, touchdown. Santa Suazo passes. And that'll wind up the first half, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep working on it. A lot of our offense is running, but it's really nice to like you lull a defense into thinking we're going to run every play, and then you throw a shot to like me or Cody, big catch. It will just shake a team, really like knock it off their, get them out of rhythm. A lot of that is our new coach, our wide receivers coach, Coach Taylor. He's a big help to our throwing.
Hey, Cody.
I mean, I was just really excited because I haven't been able to get a touchdown yet this year. So I mean, Coach just gave the call from the sideline to the post, and I was just like excited to get a chance at it. And I'm good friends with Mike, so it was like nice to just have that play between both of us too. Both of them are great quarterbacks, but.
Schmidt, touchdown, Cardinals.
Too, like the more I've coached and the more kind of situations or scenarios you end up in, you kind of view them a little bit differently. So we obviously wanted to focus on coming in, having a fast start, try to put the game away as fast as possible, and then try to get those starters out. So there's other games where, they might be a little bit more competitive, or, you want to, try to focus on defense and, are you trying to maybe get a shutout as a team? Or as soon as we got up, I think we got in running time, like our focus goes completely to the following week. So we're trying to get guys out. So I think, score-wise, we gave up some yards in the second half and we gave up a few touchdowns. But bigger picture, we're able to get a bunch of kids in the game and get out of there healthy. So, as soon as, like I said, probably into that running time, like the focus shifts. And, if we can get out there with a win, healthy, and they're kind of moving on as fast as possible.
It helps going into this week knowing that we just came off of a win, knowing that we could still play, like knowing that we have players, knowing that we could make it far, and it just gives us like motivation to keep going.
It wasn't like a worrying game if we're going to win or not, but definitely good to still go in with the momentum of going on like a win or two streak just to go into the playoffs and at least finish the regular season strong before going into the first round.
I mean, like every day in practice we're getting plenty of reps, but it's just good to have like some in-game reps. Just use like, it might not have been the best matchup, but like it was just good to get like some practice going to the playoffs because we might need to throw the ball around a little more.
It's great to win and great to be like sailing into the playoffs, but also it was kind of sad towards the end of the game. Just like looking around and at this place that I've been to. I mean, it helps a little bit that we're playing again at Stellos for our first round, but I think it's the period of grief, I guess, has kind of started. I think next week being our last game at Stellos is probably going to hit a little bit harder than it did, just because we knew that like once the score kind of got up at the game and we knew that we'd have another game to go into. I think it was a little more comforting knowing that we'd get to go back to Stellos one more time.
I think it's another one of those things that, you're kind of checking off the box. Here we go. And I'm just happy that we were able to win the game as a team, and I believe everybody got in the game. So hopefully it was a good night for everyone. But you're at the same time kind of happy because now we're getting ready for playoffs. It's kind of like turn the page.
I'm genuinely proud of just my class and how the teams came by itself. We haven't, the program really has been 7-2 in a really long time, and especially going to the playoffs. And now just what we got to focus on is, can we win a playoff game for the first time in a really long time, and can we even go any farther than anyone has ever gone in a long, long time.
I mean, like unfortunately we've had like so much different problems. We went through injuries, all that stuff this year. So it's good we're getting a bunch of people back. Everybody's getting back for playoffs, and I think now we can just work on getting after in the playoffs.
I think at this point at least we think we know what we have. I think we're pretty certain of who we've got and who's going to play, and we know what each person's role is going to serve. And we're definitely hoping to get some guys back from injuries who are really going to be game changers. But even for myself, coming back from injuries, just being able to play a whole game and get through it, and like at some points you're right, we did look a little down, but I think that's like just kind of goes to playing your competition, in really high stakes games and really high competition games. I don't think you really see a lot of those down times where teams look poor. It's more certain teams look really good, but when you're playing an opponent who may not have the size or the strength that you do, or the legs your team does, it's sometimes hard to stay engaged for a lot of guys the whole time, to focus on every play or treat every play like it's really important, especially when we're up like that. But I definitely think the win, regardless of what the score was or how we think we did, the win is just going to help. It's just going to help push us forward and give us momentum to keep fighting.
Of course, that's every team in the playoffs. Once you get past the regular season, it's 50-50, win or lose. Like there can be big upsets, any team, not even just us. So, I mean, we got to be really focused this week. We got to stay consistent, and everyone's got to play at their best.
There has been a lot of time and effort from a lot of people to get to this point. So you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. At the same time, I think we're kind of seeing, it's playoff week. I don't have time for some stuff that might be going on, and some of these kids, you got to figure it out, because I was telling them yesterday, like, the ship is sailing here, we're going, and you're either on or you're not, and if need be, like, we may leave a couple guys behind, so hopefully everybody can kind of get on the same page, because if you lose, you go home, and it happens fast. So I think some kids might be viewing this as oh, we're going to win because of the seeding, but each week presents its own challenges, and if you don't take care of business, you could go home a lot faster than you think.